Hey, welcome to another Tonga Island content. And first of all, I want to introduce you to my buddy here who will talk about what we'll be doing today.
Well, okay, first of all, I'm a big bets, but I think because we are talking about Pacific Island, I have to change it to big.
You're going to change it?
European Pacific Island initiative. That is what I want.
Ah, man, that sounds like...
What would you say that is?
Oh, man, that is a good initials there. So it would be a big E-P-I-I.
Oh, that is...
Yeah. It sounds... Hey, you know what? It sounds very island.
You think?
Oh,
That is
you're not happy. You're not, but happy for E-P-P-I. So what does the
E-P-I-I?
E-P-I-I stands for there?
Yeah, that is European Pacific Island Initiative. Is that good?
Yeah, man, that is really good. And since today we are talking about, we're talking about
March Madness.
Pacific Island roots, especially here with the starting of the March Madness in America with women's basketball. We have some stars from the Pacific Islands who has roots from the islands. So that's what we'll be talking about. But I like your name, the Big Epi. I like that. That's a cool name.
Thank you. It sounds almost from the islands, doesn't it? You must have an island name that we're going to use for our Pacific Islands roots here. What you gonna use?
Of course. Well, I never thought of it, but who knows, man? You know what? I'm gonna call myself. There's a town there in Tonga called Nuku Nuku. So I'm gonna be MC Nuku Nuku.
Okay. You like that name? Okay. That is not an easy name for me to say. Nuku Nuku.
Well, I thought it was
That's very hard.
That is hard, man.
How do you say it again? Come on. Nuku Nuku. That is hard for me to say.
MC Nuku Nuku, man. Okay. And today we are going to talk about basketball, women's basketball.
That is right. Especially these women from the Pacific Island.
That's right.
Pacific Island Initiative here.
I like that.
Want to introduce a little bit of them?
Yeah, man. I mean, look. First of all, like last year when the LSU won the national championship, one of the players that came from the islands, at least her roots, like her parents, she came from Australia, but her roots actually from the Cook Islands. Her parents are from the Cook Islands.
Yeah.
So last Te-Hina Paopao, so she's currently with the LSU Tigers, and they're the current national champions. So I really like that. And no one ever talks about it. So that's why we do this Pacific Island Initiative in sports or Global Alliance Pacific Islands.
Welcome with their name.
Yeah. Global Alliance Pacific Island Sports. I like that. We'll use that, just to talk about some of these very talented elite athletes that are playing in college sports. Playing in the NCAA is so popular at the moment, especially for women's basketball games.
I love it.
It's gotten so popular that even Shaq said it's more entertaining than watching the men. So he said he only watched women's basketball.
Well, he said he went to watch one game and he loves it, right?
Yes.
And they have been very popular, but you've been a fan of women's basketball for a very long time. You want to tell us when you started watching women's basketball?
Very easy. When I lived out in Connecticut, the only team, there was no professional teams in Connecticut out there back then, basketball. So the only thing you watch was UConn basketball. And the men and the women, they were very good. So you just watch both men and women. So, what Shaquille was talking about, he went to see, last Te-Hina Paopau's team, the LSU Tigers, play. So,
that is right.
That's when he said, and actually, the truth is, more women watch they actually more people, more audiences watch women's basketball because, as Shaquille said, it's more competitive. So you watch them, and it's very competitive. So you don't know who's going to win. So I love that. That more people are turning on to these games. But the reason why I watch it now is not only for Connecticut, but basically to talk about Pacific Island players with roots from the islands, because no one ever talks about them, So here they are. So the current champion there, LSU, but the number one team in the nation is actually South Carolina, Here, as you can see. We start there with Te-Hina Paopao.
Very good, isn't she?
Man, she's very good. I mean, she transferred. She transferred to South Carolina. She was actually playing with the Oregon Ducks out there in Oregon. And then she moved over to South Carolina, and she is an amazing shooter. And I think she was leading the nation in 3 points. I think shooting 3 points percentage. She was the highest. I think she still is, and I'm not really sure.
And very interesting here, she has Tokelau and Cook Island.
Samoan.
From Tokelau.
Yeah.
Samoan, very, very cool
That's
mixture.
Right. Yeah. So, she Te-Hina Paopao, and then and then you have from Stanford, Talana Lepolo. Then Louisiana State,
very
of
good.
course. Going back to Talana Lepolo has Samoan, so it could be American Samoa, Western Samoa, but for us, we just call them Samoa. Samoa means Samoa. It's not American or Western Samoa, but for some people they don't like that.
Or very rank from Stanford. They're rank number, number 5 in the nation. That is very good players, all these players.
Yeah, and amazing. So, and then LSU, our current champion, is ranked number 6. Was ranked number 6 on the last week of college basketball before this tournament. And then with the LSU Tigers, and then you have Oregon State University.
Very true.
With Talia from Oelhoffen, who has a Hawaiian and Samoan mix. And actually, her dad played football, man. Wow. I mean, NFL, for 15 years. I think I read it somewhere that he was playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Go Steelers.
15 years, man. And the daughter is now playing there. Amazing. Athletic family. I love it.
Yeah, so Oregon State ranked number 14. And then you have your last one from Utah University there.
Yeah, from Utah. Yeah, Utes. Alissa Pili. I mean, she transferred from. Actually, she played at USC. From 2019 to 2022, and then she moved over in 2022 until now. She's playing there in Utah, and she is really good. She's really good. Great player. And she has Samoan and also from a Native American from Alaska. Yeah, so she's mixed. Great. I mean, look at these players. I mean, 5 players that are in top 5 on basketball and college basketball teams in America.
Yeah.
I mean, that is something to say about the power of these, their drive, their athleticism. A lot has to be said.
Wow, but to be playing in this contact sport, is this it reminds me of rugby.
That's right.
How good they are in playing World Cups.
In the World Cups they were good.
All these rugby teams from Pacific. Now they are in basketball.
Yeah. So last year with the World Cup with Tonga, Fiji, and Samoa,
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they're very athletic team players, and I think that's what we're seeing here, especially in basketball.
Oh,
And
yeah,
most
yeah.
of these players are point guards or guards, and they love to share the ball.
Yeah.
You know, and they're very dedicated. You can see that with Te-Hina Paopao.
Yeah. All of
People
them,
in South
actually, all
Carolina
of them.
love her because of the way she shares the ball. And like last year, South Carolina could have won the title, but they couldn't shoot 3 points. I mean, they weren't that good. But Te-Hina Paopao is
At
stretching
shooting
the
3
field
points.
now when
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
when
Okay,
teams
okay.
go at South Carolina. We'll see what happens in the tournament. But again, when we're looking at these Pacific Island players with roots, they are team players, and I think it has something to do with the island mentality, of survival and on sharing. So when you talk of basketball and you're sharing the ball, that's so natural to these players, with Pacific Island roots. Just look at where they're from. Here's a map, and let me just show you something here.
Okay. Oh, I like it. You have pictures of them from islands there.
It's
That is pretty cool that you have these pictures of the places.
So
Wow.
I got all the flags for them, and so each island has a flag and the population, So it's a different flag. We wanted to make it so that I'm tired of looking at maps of the Pacific Island. They never show anything.
That
So
is true.
I put this information out and
yeah.
the flags, and so that people
Nice.
will know where they're from.
I like it.
And here, let's look at the Cook Islands. Has a population of 15,000, and that's where that's where last Tiapoa from LSU,
Louisiana State University.
is from.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
just to give some of
So
our American
tiny,
fans,
tiny.
if they're wondering, hey, where are these? Where is she from? Well, there it is. And if you look at Talana Lepolo, who's from Stanford. She's from American Samoa. I would assume she's from American Samoa, But, us from the islands, we just make everybody, Samoa is Samoa,
Yeah.
But there is Te-Hina Paopao. I mean, she says she's from Tokelau, Samoa, and
wow.
background from Tokelau, and Tokelau 1,500, unbelievable.
So tiny.
That is
so
tiny.
Very small,
Very
unbelievable tiny.
That is,
Wow. I didn't know that.
yeah.
Isn't Walt Disney's Moana?
Yeah. What?
Didn't composer from Walt Disney come from background Samoa and Tokelau? Isn't that
Yeah.
the New Zealand
That's
songwriter?
right. That's
there?
right. Yeah. I mean,
He always credits Tokelau and Samoa as
Yeah.
his heritage.
yeah. So not only are they athletes, like Te-Hina Paopao out there, but also musician out there from the Walt Disney
Movie.
movie there,
Animation.
Moana, and
Animation.
yeah. Amazing, yeah. Everybody. I mean, so it's nice to have this so that people can have an idea where they're from.
Yeah. So now that we know a little bit, let's move over there and look at the bracket, and
Yeah.
then maybe we will see them where they are playing.
Of
Is
course.
that possible?
Yeah. And so I guess we will have to start like for the women bracket is very different. So you will see that they have Albany 1 and Albany 2, and then Portland 4 and Portland 3. Yeah, so it's different. So it's not East and West. They name it differently, different from the men's competition.
Oh,
So
okay,
we will see that. So I guess the first one, when we look at, since the South Carolina is ranked number 1, you will definitely see Paopao playing for them.
Te-Hina Paopao and somebody
Since they are
else.
ranked number 1 in the nation and also in the seeding.
Yeah, and also against, from
Oregon State. Yeah. So I will post this all up for you guys. I have like Albany 1, and I have Albany 2, all the teams, so you can take a screenshot of it when you can. And then I have Portland 4.
That is right.
and then also Portland 3.
Yeah.
And I will put this up so it's easy for you if
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're working on the brackets to look at them, because it's kind of nice to know what conference they're in.
Very helpful, very
and
helpful.
where they're playing,
Yeah.
and it'll make you choose your brackets easier. So
Yeah,
you
pick-
kind of have an
pick
idea
winning
where they
team.
will be playing.
That is
But
right.
then also you will have the full picture here of
Yeah.
all four of them
I like it.
from
I
where
like
they
it.
are. So
Yeah.
there it is, and then you can use these. So I made it up for you guys, so it's easier for you to tell. So continuing,
Yeah, and even
and now we make it on the small thing we have.
yeah, secret.
Just one of them, so
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
see how easy it is to pick.
Yeah.
It's easy to use this when you see where they're playing and from what conference they're coming from. So just to go over it before we end this video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So South Carolina, the #1 seed overall,
Yeah,
with Pacific Island roots there.
Te-Hina. Te-Hina Paopao.
With Paopao. They're in Albany 1, and also there's a possibility that they will end up playing against Oregon State with Talia from Oelhoffen.
If they survive,
And
don't lose.
your sweet, so maybe in the Sweet 16, I'm not sure, you have to look at it again clearly. Then there is Portland 4, where you have then Alissa Pili from Utah and Stanford with Talana Lepolo. So if you're watching women's basketball, these are great to look at.
Yeah. And then if you're going on the other side there, Portland last 2 division there with Albany 2 and Portland 3.
Yeah, so Portland 3, there is no Pacific Island roots here, players. So just my team from UConn, and
Your
see how far.
Huskies,
But if
that is
UConn
right.
continues
Yeah.
and they survive, they will end up actually with playing probably against Albany 2. So Albany 2 is
With LSU there with last G.A.P.I.I. Yeah, guard. But she was injured.
That's
We
right.
don't know if she's healthy.
Yeah.
So,
So
let's see.
let's wish all of them a wonderful tournament, and we'll try to catch up with you guys again. And we'll put up. I hope you guys watch the game, all of you,
Yeah.
if you have the time. But
Very exciting.
take screenshots of what I put up here and
helpful.
look for some information.
Yeah.
What time they start at a place or in your area. So it'll be a fun thing to watch. But for me especially, I'm going to be interested in catching up with what these Pacific Islanders with the roots, how they do, and I'll keep you posted. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it from all of us. Take care, everybody. Till
All
next
right.
time. Ciao.